Hey, today I'm talking about 3 Helena Bonham Carter films, and the names of those 3 movies are Talking with Other Women, The Wings of the Dove, and Women Talking Dirty. First up is Talking with Other Women. Before I get into this, I truly do not understand the name of this movie because the premise is just 2 people at a wedding talking. That's all it is. So I don't get the name. If you understand the name, please tell me because I really want to know and understand it because I feel like that should be important to better fully get the movie because I did really like this movie. This is a really good movie. If you're unfamiliar, the premise is Helena Bonham Carter is a bridesmaid at this wedding and Aaron Arkin is a guest at this wedding and decides to hit on her, and they end up having a very long conversation. There's definitely more to it, but I don't want to reveal it because it's, revealing. And it's really, really good. The story is incredible. I really love this story. There's so much heart in it as well, and I could really, really relate to it too, especially to Aaron's character. I've more so been in his position than in hers, but I can definitely understand both perspectives. It works really, really well because the movie is literally just 2 people talking, but they have lots of flashbacks, but not like whole scenes of flashbacks. It's more like flashes of flashbacks where we just get these little moments of memories from the past or kind of imagined moments too. And they also do lots of like split screen stuff. So like present over here and on this side is the past, that sort of a thing. Especially when there's like mirrored actions of like they're doing this one thing here and here's a similar moment with some characters in the past. And so that's really, really interesting. Really my only complaint is that I don't understand the title. It's a good title, it's just I don't understand how it relates to the story. So yeah, really liked it, would definitely recommend it, and if you understand the title, please tell me. Next up is The Wings of the Dove. This is a 1997 film based off a book of the same name, and the basic premise is Helena plays this poor girl whose dad is an opium addict, and so she gets sent to live with her rich aunt, and she has to do everything her rich aunt says in order to get her inheritance, but she really wants to marry this cute writer boy, but if she does, then she won't get the inheritance, so she debates about, following her feelings or keeping the money, because who knows, because they could just like break up after a year or 2 and then she'd be penniless and heartbroken, and then what would you have? Nothing. The story is definitely very good. I feel like the book is probably going to be better than the movie just because the movie is sort of bogged down by this certain aspect, melancholy and melodramatic, especially melodramatic. Those are the best words to perfectly describe the vibe of this movie just because like it's drenched in it. It's so much, and just like the melodrama just kind of brings the story down a bit because it's trying to make more out of this situation. Like this is definitely a very interesting situation that's occurring and what's happening, but they're just like laying it on super thick, and it's like that's a detriment to the story. That's my main complaint with this story, though don't get me wrong, I did like this movie a good solid amount. It's a quite like, so it's basically a 4 out of 5 for me. The other thing though that I didn't like was the last scene. Basically it's 2 characters naked, and the nudity felt completely pointless. This is a Miramax film, and if you're unfamiliar, Miramax was run by Harvey Weinstein. So to me, this feels like an executive decision to put some nudity in this film because Harvey wanted to see Helena naked. And there's even a quote from Helena about filming the nude scene that it just felt so silly in the moment. So yeah, no, it's dumb and not needed. Putting that aside though, it's still a good movie and definitely worth a watch. It is a bit melodramatic, but it's still good. And lastly is Women Talking Dirty. This is a British film, and the basic premise is there are these 2 young women who are best friends and also just kind of struggling to exist in life. One is more career focused, but wishes she had a family, and one has a family but wishes she more had a career. And they're also dealing with like the struggles of men in their lives. In particular one, but there are more than one man. I definitely liked the story, and I liked Helena in this in particular. The beginning really threw me off because they did the thing of of starting at like a later point in the story and then they cut back to the beginning of the story. And that does work sometimes, but it really just felt unneeded here, and it led me to be very confused about like what is their relationship to each other, because like it starts with them as like best friends, like getting ready together, and then it jumps back to 6 years ago when they didn't know each other. But it kind of felt like they still knew each other until like 20 minutes into the movie. I don't know, I was just lost there. That could be more of a me thing, but I think that's more of a structuring of the film thing. And I think that kind of goes for like the larger context of the film, what my issue is. I just feel like the filmmaking wasn't the best. Like it's fine, it's mostly passable, but it could have been a lot better, especially because it is a decent, interesting story, though the villain is a bit ridiculous. It's fine, it's alright, it's okay. Would I recommend it? Nah, not really. Like, Helena's cute, and it's a fun little story, but it's nothing to write home about. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got Talking to Other Women, sitting at number 42 in the Really Like section. And then after that is The Wings of the Dove, sitting at number 71 in the Quite Like section. And then bringing up the rear is Women Talking Dirty, sitting at number 86 in the Liked category. And this is out of a total of 105 old movies so far this year.